Shoulder pain and tightness is very common and can be caused by our posture from sitting at a desk all day or hunching over our phones. It can also be caused by exercise, where you may be overworking certain muscle groups like the chest and neglecting certain muscle groups like the upper back, which can cause your shoulders to be pulled forward in a rounded position. There are tons of great shoulder mobility and shoulder strengthening exercises, but I find beginners can struggle to reap the benefits that these exercises can provide, because when you do have limited shoulder mobility, you compensate by arching the back instead. So all of today's exercises are going to be in a prone position, which means we're going to be lying face down on the floor. Whilst in this prone position, we're going to keep our forehead, chest and hips pressing down into the floor to prevent any arching of the back. The exercises I'm about to show you are going to progress in difficulty, so make sure you start with the beginner exercises and build your way up. And I recommend not moving on to the more difficult exercises until your shoulder mobility has improved so you can perform them properly. Once you're in your prone position, let's focus on those 3 points first. You've got your head, chest and hips driving into the floor. All we're going to start off with here is our arms out to the side with our palms facing down. I'm going to lift up like so and then back down, up and down, nice controlled, squeezing at the top whilst keeping all 3 points pushing into the floor. I'm going to go for about 20 reps. Exercise 2, we're going to go for a Y shape rather than a T. So we're going to come up here at that diagonal angle like so. Again, focus on those 3 points driving into the floor, and then we're going to lift up and down like we were with exercise 1. Nice controlled little pause at the top. Again, we're looking for 20 reps here. Exercise 3, we're going straight up to the top, arms dead straight out above our heads, and we're going to lift off and back down like so. Definitely being the toughest of the 3 so far. Just looking for a little lift. Now you can see I'm keeping my palms down to the floor. To make this one slightly easier, you can go thumbs up instead. Either way, this one's a tricky one where you may find you do lack quite a bit of mobility here. Again, we're looking for 20 reps. Exercise 4 is going to be a press. So what we're going to do, we're going to lift our hands and our shoulders off the floor here, and we're going to press straight above our heads, keeping our elbows and hands from touching the floor or the mat the whole time. Now, if you want to rest at any point, rest back here in this starting position. Otherwise, you're going to keep them off, keeping those 3 points down as you go for this press. Nice control, try and keep it a steady pace throughout the whole movement. As it does get tougher, the higher you go above the head. Again, we're looking at 20 reps, but you can break that up into 2 sets of 10 or less. Exercise 5, you're going to choose a hand. You're going to take it on and place it on the back of the head. You're going to take your other hand and place it palm upwards on the lower of your back. Now you're going to lift these off so they're no longer resting down, and you're going to go wide out to the side. You're going to transition, so you turn your hands over the other way as you meet halfway here, and then they're going to replace each other in that starting position. And you can rest down here, this is your resting point, or you can just keep them off, rotate halfway, and then back they go to that starting position here. Always trying to keep your elbows up and hands off the floor. Try not to touch the body as you get close as well. Reps wise, again probably 10 reps or 5 each side this would be. And you can do a couple of sets of this. And exercise 6, our final exercise, is a combination of the last 2. This time we're going to start with both hands, palms up at the lower of our back. We're going to lift them off. We're going to bring them round, straighten them out, and when it feels ready about that halfway point, we're going to twist them up. And we're going to take them all the way above the head into that reaching position, overhead like so, and then bringing them back down. Twisting at this point here and around, and then back to that lower back position. Again, you can rest here, or you can just continue the reps without touching the body. Again, with this one being the most difficult one, maybe 5 reps at a time. You can do a few sets, whatever feels right. Just make sure throughout all these exercises we're keeping those positions down. So I've got my forehead, chest
and hips down throughout all of these exercises that I've shown you today.